When it comes to romance, what do you value? Do you need a stable, committed life with your partner? Or do you want to have the freedom to do whatever you want with whoever you want? This is the question posed to 32-year-old Vincent Brooks, the main protagonist of Catherine, developed by Japanese company Atlus, the same company behind the Persona and Shin Megami Tensei series. Catherine was essentially a tech demo for Persona 5, which is why many characters, such as Erika, look incredibly similar to Persona characters, such as Makoto Nijima. My name is Lex, and on today's broadcast, we will be looking at what Catherine reveals about love, and the complications surrounding it. For simplicity's sake, the two female leads have the same name, so I will be referring to them as Catherine and Cethryn, respectively. This video will not cover Catherine Full Body, the deluxe version of the game that added Rin, a new love interest. As mentioned before, Vincent is a 32-year-old man who isn't quite sure what he wants to do with his life. For 5 years, he has been with his girlfriend, Catherine McBride. Their relationship is currently at a standstill. Catherine wants Vincent to finally settle down and marry her, a commitment that Vincent is not entirely sure he wants to make. During the evenings, Vincent meets his friends at a bar called the Stray Sheep. His friends, Johnny Arega, Orlando Haddock, and Toby Nibbins, try to talk to Vincent about his feelings with mixed results, each having a very different view on how relationships work, with Johnny being cynical and Toby being very naive. Their friend Erika waits tables at the bar, which is owned by a man named Thomas Mutton, nicknamed Boss. On one particular evening, a young blonde woman enters the bar and sits next to Vincent. The two chat, and Vincent wakes up the next morning with Catherine in his apartment, and he knows that he is royally screwed up. After meeting Catherine, Vincent begins to have strange nightmares, where he must climb a giant tower where the bricks are constantly falling. He notices that he has goat-like features all of a sudden, such as horns, and various other men appear in the dreams with him. However, they all resemble actual sheep. Vincent learns that if he were to fail climbing the tower in the dream and falls to his demise, his life will end in reality as well. Now, coming to grips with the seriousness of his situation, Vincent knows that he must now choose between the serious Catherine or the playful Cethryn. The situation becomes even more complicated when Catherine reveals to Vincent that she may be pregnant, and Vincent begins to receive odd text messages from a man named Steve, who claims Catherine is his girlfriend. The main gameplay for Catherine occurs during the nightmare sequences, where players must take control of Vincent and help him climb the tower. At the end of each stage, Vincent must face a boss monster that reflects his current dilemma. One such boss monster, the Child, which takes the form of a ghoulish infant, represents Vincent's fear of becoming a father, knowing that he is not ready for that yet. If the monster catches Vincent or he falls from the tower, the game is over. When he reaches the top, he must answer a question in the confessional booth in order to pass on to the next stage. These questions often revolve around relationships, such as, does life begin or end at marriage? And can money buy you love? But some of these are life-focused questions, such as, would you want your children to be like you? If you'd like, you can answer these in the comments down below. The answer that Vincent gives will have an effect on which woman he ends up with. Each night, Vincent will meet up with his friends at the Stray Sheep, and the player has the option of giving Vincent drinks and listening to trivia about the drinks once he is finished. After beating a week's worth of nightmares, Vincent decides to break off his relationship with Catherine, and she is less than pleased, with an intense fight breaking out between the trio as the women have found out about each other. Vincent tries to escape with Catherine, only to find out that he and her have been transported to the Nightmare Realm, and must face off against a monster version of Catherine. The pair escape, and soon Vincent discovers the truth about everything. Cithrin is actually a succubus sent by Mutton, who believed Vincent was wasting Catherine's time by not marrying and having children with her. So he deployed Cithrin to try and end Vincent's life with the nightmare, hoping that he would perish and leave Catherine free to settle down with a different man. That Mutton has been doing this with men for centuries. Steve, the man from earlier, was actually a prior victim of Cithrin's, and that is why she looks completely different depending on the man who sees her. She is able to transform into their ideal woman. Depending on the answers that Vincent gave in the confessional, he ends up marrying Catherine, or beginning a real relationship with Cithrin, or there's the option for him to just end up single, and all three are handled the same. The player is not shamed for picking one over the other. Catherine, while seemingly a game that only involves pretty girls, is actually a deeper commentary on how society views relationships. Depending on the person, Catherine is the villain, as she is constantly demanding things of Vincent. Or to some people, she is the most respectable choice, as she has her life together and only wants the best for Vincent. Whereas someone else may see Cithrin as the villain, because she is responsible for the demises of thousands of other men and doesn't seem to have any regard for others. While other people may see her as the better partner for Vincent, as she constantly is fine with how he is. She doesn't demand things of him. Someone else may see Vincent as a total loser, whereas others will pity him. How the player views the characters and answers the confessional questions can help give us a deeper meaning into what people value when it comes to a relationship. One of the questions that you can be asked in the confessional is, do marriage and happiness correlate? My answer would be yes. If you are in a miserable marriage, it can have negative effects on you, such as self-esteem issues and poor communication, whereas a happy marriage is full of trust, good conflict resolution, and healthy emotional support. During the loading screens of Catherine, a quote will appear that focuses on love, and of the many that do appear, one stood out to me. Love is a moment in life, a dream, and at times a painful dream, by Madame de Guéridon, a French writer. This quote summarizes not just how Catherine tackles relationships with its setting, but also how love can be the greatest gift in our lives. But when taken from us, some vow to never love again so they don't have to feel that pain. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more of my content, then please subscribe to Sweet Histortea, a channel full of random facts, lots of sparkles, and tons more videos to come in the future. Thank you so much again for watching, and until next time, bye-bye!
There's a part of myself I'm missing. Now I got a lot to learn.